everyone. It's Debra Poneman, founder of Yes to Success, where we offer knowledge and tools for you to live your ultimate life. Ageless, anti-aging for your brain, your body, and your future, and the Awake Method, because it's time for all of us to wake up. And today I'm coming to you from beautiful San Miguel de Allende in Mexico, eagerly awaiting my daughter and son-in-law's arrival on Thanksgiving. So here we are, 5 days before Thanksgiving here in the US, and no surprise, but I want to talk about gratitude. I know that everyone else will be talking about gratitude this week, so I thought I'd get a head start. Now, some people say, well, every day should be a day of Thanksgiving. And of course, we should have gratitude every day. But how cool is it that on the same day every year, everyone in the US and on other days in other countries, people stop and take time out of their busy schedules to be with family and friends and enjoy good food and laughter, maybe a football game or a game of charades or Cards Against Humanity, depending. Some hugs, taking the time to reflect on all that we have to be grateful for. I think it's a really good idea. And if you're not going to gather with friends or family, you might want to serve Thanksgiving dinners at a homeless shelter. You might find that you see more love and gratitude there than at the homes of people who have plenty. Could be. Or you could spend your day just quietly reflecting on all of the good that's in your life, what you have to be thankful for. One of my favorite researchers on gratitude is Dr. Robert Emmons. He's a professor of psychology at UC Davis and author of numerous books, including Gratitude Works and The Psychology of Gratitude and The Little Book of Gratitude. You get the picture. I actually first heard about him when my nephew was at UC Davis, and I was fortunate enough to sit in on part of one of his lectures. He's gathered an overwhelming amount of research that indicates you're going to experience more joy, more vitality, more inner peace when you consciously make the effort to notice the good in your life and give thanks when you notice it. He found in his research that people who expressed gratitude had better sleep, they had fewer headaches, they had less gastrointestinal difficulties, respiratory infections, and not surprisingly, improved mental health and happiness. I think I said that one already. Even people with chronic diseases like heart disease had better outcomes when they were grateful. One study that Dr. Emmons and his colleague Mike McCullough of the University of Miami did was, well, this is my favorite. They randomly assigned participants to 3 groups, and the participants each kept a journal. One group was told to record each day 5 things they were grateful for that had occurred. The second group was told to record daily hassles and things that upset them. And the neutral group was just asked to list 5 events or circumstances that affected them, but they weren't told whether to focus on the positive or the negative. So the types of things that people listed in the grateful group included, I had a beautiful exchange with my sister, I swam with the porpoises, a friend invited me to be in her book group, things that are just cool and fun and make you happy. In the hassles group, people listed things like the doctor made me wait for 30 minutes, I overslept and I missed the beginning of an important class, my dad acted like an ass when I asked him if I could borrow $50. And after 10 weeks, participants in the gratitude group not only reported feeling better about their lives as a whole, but they were statistically more happy they were statistically 25% happier than that hassled group as determined by an objective questionnaire. And they also, no surprise, reported fewer health complaints. So I love that study. But what happened when stuff really, really goes wrong in your life? Can you still be happy? Well, the answer, according to Robert Emmons, is yeah, you can. In fact, studies show that adversity, are you ready for this? Actually boosted gratitude. Yeah, in another study of more than 3,000 Americans, researchers found, for example, that people had an increase in feelings of gratitude after 9/11. The conclusion of the survey was that hard times can actually deepen gratefulness because they show us not to take things for granted. And Dr. Emmons said that because tough times deepen our gratitude for the things that we usually take for granted. When times are good, we take things like family, friends, a roof over our head, food on the table. We take those things for granted. In times of uncertainty, we often realize that these things are actually incredible and worth noticing and being grateful for. In November of 2020, I remember Dr. Emmons tweeted, actually, I have the quote, I don't want to paraphrase it. He said, in the face of demoralization, gratitude has the power to energize. In the face of brokenness, gratitude has the power to heal. In the face of despair, gratitude has the power to bring hope. In other words, gratitude can help us cope with any hard times. So, what are some concrete ways we can express gratitude? Well, first of all, notice the glory and the bounty around you. Noticing the bounty of nature is a great place to start. I see beautiful red and green leaves in the fall, and I say, thank you, God. I do have this habit of going, thank you, God. Or the beauty of the first snowfall in winter. Thank you, God. And move on from nature and give thanks for your friends, your brothers and sisters. I give thanks for my precious children, my godchildren, and next, show appreciation for the people around you, the person who delivers your mail, the checkout person at the grocery store, your neighbor. Share compliments. Why would you possibly keep it to yourself when you notice something wonderful in another, even if it's just their cool shirt? Share it with them. Tell them. Say grace before your meals. It not only puts the energy of love into your food, but when you do it with a group, it forms a circle of love. And the amazing Robert Schultz, I don't know if you've ever seen this book called The Field of Glow. It is magnificent. And he was born with celestial perception. So he said one time that he noticed that when he said grace over his food, when he gave thanks, not only did light go pouring into the food, but that light radiated out and blessed the people who cooked the food, who served the food, who grew the food, who transported the food, who harvested the food, who planted the seeds. Wow. So gratitude is powerful. Keep a daily gratitude journal. You saw what happened when Dr. Emmons had people write down what they were grateful for. And I have a few more ideas that I found in this writing channeled through the wonderful angel communicator, Ann Albers. So I absolutely have to read this to you. It's a little bit long, but it's worth it, okay? So this is from Ann Albers. Here it goes. From the angels. When you're stuck in traffic, appreciate your car, the songs on the radio, the person you love the most, or the sky overhead. If you're ill, you can appreciate the warmth of a cozy blanket and a cup of hot tea. If you're feeling scared, you could appreciate a moment of laughter with a friend or perhaps a song that gives you a few moments of peace. While the world rants about its problems, you can see its miracles. While those around you might try to convince you of all that is wrong with life, you could seek out and appreciate what is right. While the doomsayers tell you the economy is failing, the world is coming to an end, climate is going to hell in a handbasket, you could smile and choose to live in God's economy by appreciating the moment in front of you, right here, right now. You can take a moment and marvel at nature's miraculous ability to regenerate, sometimes without the slightest bit of help. Dear ones, make every day a day of thanksgiving. Make every day a day of seeking out things and people to appreciate. In the meanest of individuals, if you were to look hard enough, you could find something to appreciate. Perhaps they have a passion that comes out in unpleasant ways, but is nonetheless still a passion. Maybe they're angry because they feel helpless, because in their depth, they care strongly about an ideal. Perhaps the person who just cut you off in traffic is afraid of being late, but at least they care about meeting their commitment. We are not saying you should stick around for bad behavior if you can avoid it. We are not saying you should pretend it doesn't exist or give it another second of your focus. However, when bad behavior is unavoidably in front of you, you can still look around for something to appreciate. When you don't like something on the news, you can appreciate your remote control and switch the station. When the relative you try to avoid starts lecturing you, you could point out something about them that you can appreciate and then change the topic. I love that you care about me so much. I love that you want the best for me. Thank you. And then change the topic or walk away. Or maybe you're around someone going on and on about their beliefs and trying to impose them on you. You can easily say, isn't it wonderful to be alive and to care about things so passionately? Better than being apathetic. Then switch the topic, or again, walk away. You have the power to find something to appreciate in any given situation. And while some are certainly harder than others, you have the choice to align with the love that you are and feel good or not. Your choice to focus on appreciation is for you first. Spending your life seeking out things to appreciate enables you to open the windows of your perception to all that is good, loving, and beautiful. And in so doing, you will see the light amidst the darkness, the harmony despite the chaos, beauty, love, and grace, even in a world that is certainly stirred up at the moment. You are the light workers, the light focusers, the appreciators, and the ones attuning your world into a higher, happier, more beautiful space, one moment, one soul at a time. Beautiful, huh? It actually just reminded me of that Charles Dickens quote where he said, reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has many, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. And here's something I learned from my friend Neil Donald Walsh, who said that when he gets together with his friends and relatives during Thanksgiving, instead of just saying what they're grateful for, they each say what they're going to be most grateful for in the coming year. Try that one this year. It's a lot of fun. And finally, the truth is that we are so lucky. If you're watching this on a computer or a smartphone, you are wealthier than 75% of the people on this planet. If you ate today, you can give thanks when about 20% of the people in our world have nothing to eat and thousands die of starvation. Turn on the tap and hot water comes out, or press a button on your wall and heat radiates and fills your room. Like, what? Give thanks for it all. And if something so-called bad happens, still give thanks. It's only clearing the way for something better to come in. And the sooner you say, thank you, God, the sooner the something better will reveal itself. And finally, I am so thankful for all of you. I am so grateful that you listen to my vlogs on Saturday morning, because I love to share my thoughts and make my little contribution to uplifting the world. And it makes my heart so happy to have you as my friends. So thank you. Really, thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving and a great every day. I send you my love.